Hey guys! So today I wanted to share a word with you. It's a story about Abraham and his son Isaac. But in this particular chapter, we see that God tells Abraham to sacrifice his only son. And what is really interesting is that Abraham does not quarrel back to God. Abraham doesn't tell God why. It's my only son, I don't want to sacrifice him, or argue with God back and forth. He just obeys. And he walks a 3-day journey up the mountain, and he puts his son on the altar, and his son asks him, "Dad, where is the offering?" And he responds to his son saying, "God will provide the offering." So right then in verse 11, we see that it says, "But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, 'Abraham, Abraham.' And he said, 'Here I am.' He said, 'Do not lay your hand on the boy or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God.'" And then in verse 13, Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him was a ram. And so he offered it up as a burnt offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place, "The Lord will provide." This is such a good reminder to us that God is our provider, and He will not let us down. He won't fail, as He is the God that keeps His promises, right? And so if we look back into our lives, we can find ourselves in many situations where we look at our situation and we don't find that the end goal is something that is going to be favorable to us or even a good outcome. So in these situations, the first thing that we do is fear. And we might even find ourselves in situations like these where we are weak and vulnerable and there is nothing we can do about our situation. But that's when God comes in and He reminds us that He is our provider and He will protect us. And we don't have to fear, because at the end, He will provide us with a ram, and He will bring people into your life. He will bring the provision. He will bring the opportunities. He will bring everything that is needed to be in your life. All we have to do is trust in Him and His word. Because just like Abraham did, he was waiting. He obeyed God. He walked in His path, and he did not ask questions. But he had faith. He believed that God would change it in the end. He believed that, and he knew till the very end that God will provide, even when his son was on the altar and he was going to kill him at the next moment. He still had faith that God was going to change whatever the situation was. That's exactly what God did. God intervened and He changed everything. Our God is the God of the impossible. Everything that man, or even you and I, think is impossible, He is the one who is going to change it. So I would encourage you to have faith in whatever journey you're on and whatever you're going through right now. Have faith, have courage, because you're gonna get there, and God is with you. He's holding your hand through every trial and every storm you're going through. And I hope you're encouraged by this word. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.